We still have 1 minute before we really need to get started, and we shall see who joins. So, so I know I was muted, but I was trying to give my kids a little bit of instruction before we go live because they're going to go live with me today because we are going to be um, showcasing Scribblers at home today, tomorrow, and Friday. So I'm hoping that this goes smoothly. I don't exactly know what I'm doing as far as technologically. I've only done this a couple times. So I hope you can hear me. I don't even know where I can see your comments. Let me see. Maybe I can see them here. So I will watch the comments as best I can on Facebook. If you can comment and let me know if you can hear me and see me, that would be great. And we're going to get going. This is my youngest son, Nicholas, in the background. So for those of you who registered, you should have gotten this link to join live. So then you can actually interact with me. If you didn't register or if you didn't get the link, let me see, did the link send out? I guess it's a little bit too late for me to check on that, huh? Well, I will make sure that those of you who registered, if you did not get the link to actually come on live with me, I'm very sad about that because I was hoping to have some folks doing this with me. So maybe tomorrow I can, maybe after this I'll jump on. I should have thought about checking that because yeah, I didn't think about checking it because it's automated, but maybe it didn't happen because I don't see any of the people who registered actually on Zoom, which is where you would be. So if you are watching this on Facebook or YouTube or any of those places, you should know that you can register and join me and do this with me online live with your kids, which was really the goal of this. I really want to help people see and like do this with me, kind of challenge you to do it with me. There's stuff popping up all over my screen and I don't like it. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started so we're not on here too long so people don't feel like, oh my gosh, what, a 45-minute replay. No, we're not doing that. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Nicole. My hair is super wet and I'm very much a novice at all this video stuff. So my my name is Nicole Thorne and I am your product sales specialist if you are in North Georgia. So that means Northeast Georgia and Northwest Georgia. You get to chat with me about Classical Conversations, books, and products. If you are not a part of Classical Conversations and you are just seeing this video because you were like, I would love to know more about this book, welcome, welcome. Just know you do not have to purchase this. You do not have to have already purchased this to participate in this challenge because I'm going to tell you everything that you need. I'm going to read a couple of things from the book. Those of you who have already bought this book and maybe it's been sitting on your shelf for a few months, it's brand new. It hasn't even been released for a year yet. I know a lot of us bought it because it just is a great resource and it has a lot of good information in it. But a lot of us ended up not using it last semester because life just gets busy and trying to use something new sometimes feels like too much of a burden and you just stick with what you know. So this is my New Year's resolution. My New Year's, I don't even think it's a resolution. My New Year's kind of promise was to help myself and others utilize these resources that we have that are so rich and can really bless our children. So I came up with this 3-day challenge. So for the next 3 days, today, tomorrow, and Friday at 11 o'clock, I'm going to get on and we're going to do one of the activities together. Okay. So before we get started on that, I'm going to show you the Scribblers guide. It's actually called Scribblers at Home. So Nicholas keeps asking me, what is Scribblers? This is the Scribblers at Home guide. Scribblers is just the word that we use to describe abecedarians, right? Like kids who are young, 3 to 4 to 8, 4 to, young children. And the abecedarians is just abecedarians, right? Like abecedarians are the younger kids in our communities and in our homes that are still in that first 7 years of learning sponge-like activity, and want to get as much into them as possible that's fun. People who are trying to do really strict, structured schooling with 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 year olds are finding themselves really stressed out. What we want is to make it fun. And so Scribblers is a way for you to have an actual curriculum that actually is about play, right? We know that for young kids, the best way that they learn is through play. So this Scribblers guide is set up like it's a recipe book, and it has a pretty simple setup, right? So you have a 2-page spread for each activity. On the left side, you have all the materials you need, the objectives, the results. It's set up like a recipe, and it tells you what you need to do, all the steps, and then what is the yield, right? When you're using a recipe, what is the yield? So the yield, and I just opened this up. So the yield for this one will be children with increased familiarity and comfort with the parts of a sentence. So that would be what this activity is meant to promote in your child. The right side of every 2-page spread is a chart. So you have charts all through this book. And when I tell you these charts are fantastic, they are fantastic. You have charts that are going to walk you through all kinds of information. So for example, this one that I just flipped open to with the yield of familiarity with sentence parts. Well, this chart is all about the sentence charts, the diagramming of sentences. Now, are we going to teach a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, or a 5-year-old the diagramming of sentences just yet? Probably not. But we can point to this and we can say, wow, they put this in a diagram, and it has the cat, which is the subject of the sentence. The subject of the sentence is who or what the sentence is about. They put it on the left side of that line. And that's it. You can just look at that one part. And then over time, as you do this activity, you show them this chart. They don't have to know what the chart is just yet, but they will become familiar with looking at it such that when they begin to actually understand what's here, it is not scary. It's not intimidating. It's very familiar. So that is the goal of having these with the playful activities that you can do with your kids. Okay. So I'm going to do an activity with my littles. Naomi, hopefully you can do it right along with me. I meant to tell you at the very beginning of this video what you would need so that while I was talking through all of that, you would grab what you need. But let me just tell you, all you need for this activity is a pencil and some paper, right? So you can use index cards, you can use Post-its, you can use cut up pieces of paper, you can use whole pieces of paper. I found this stack of paper that I had downstairs in my office, and I just grabbed it. I'm just using paper for this one. And we are going to do, if you have a Scribblers at Home guide, remember when I asked you not to do this kind of stuff? Can you not?
I'm trying.
Have a seat.
Okay.
Thanks. All right. So remember, okay, so if you have the Scribblers guide, we are going to do page 52. So page 52, we're going to do a phonics activity. Okay. The phonics activity is, it's called Alpha Mix-Ups. And I'm going to introduce this to you and to my kids. All right. So Nicholas, I want you to scoot over a little bit. And I want Marcus to scoot over a little bit because I think Naomi's frustrated because she knows that she's not in the camera. Is that what I'm to understand? So can you just move over into the camera now? All right. So we are going to do something called Alpha Mix-Ups. It's super simple. You don't need any fancy piece of paper. You could just get some copy paper. It could be big or small. Son, sit down, please. It could be big or small. It could be blank. It could have words. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to read the instructions to you guys. I think we've played this once before. Have we done the alpha mix-up before?
I have.
No, you don't remember? Okay. So prep time says 5 minutes. I don't even think that. All right. So let's look at the steps. You can do this anywhere. Serving suggestion says while waiting in the doctor's office, riding in the car, or playing inside on a rainy day. So this is where you can play this game. You just need 5 minutes to set up. All you need are paper, pencil, and this spelling rules chart. Okay. So it says create an example for how to play the game and choosing an easy word such as swim. So I'm going to choose the word swim. May I have a pencil, please? Are you sad about giving me a pencil?
I was using it to build a pyramid.
Oh, why didn't you just give me a different one?
Because Nico's using his to build a pyramid.
Oh, well, I got them out to do this game, so I guess I take precedence. All right, so I'm going to choose the word swim, and I'm going to take the word swim, and instead of writing SWIM, I'm going to put the letters in alphabetical order, right? So SWIM in alphabetical order would be what?
In alphabetical order, W would be last.
Uh-huh.
F would be first, I'm pretty sure.
Swim has SWIM. So IMSW. So if you see, I just wrote IMSW on this paper, right? And then I'm going to, so the number 2 says to make a scramble of this word, put the letters in alphabetical order, IMSW. Fledgling scramblers will learn that to make a scrambled word, you simply put the letters in alphabetical order. Children with some degree of spelling skill might love making these alpha mix-ups. The fun is in decoding, though. Then number 3, give everyone a predetermined period of time to construct a few alpha mix-ups. Then exchange lists and begin decoding. This activity is easily scalable. If you have older children or better spellers, you might encourage longer words. You can even use your weekly spelling list or a dictation list. Lastly, it says with older children, you might use the words from the spelling rules chart to begin a conversation about these guidelines and how they help us learn to spell. The yield is a child with growing proficiency in alphabetizing and spelling achieved in a fun way. Okay, so that's what this activity is, and this is the chart that you can use. So I can just show the chart to my kids and say, hey, we're just going to look at the very first rule. These are spelling rules, and I'm just going to tell you the first rule, Nicholas. So what does that first rule say at the top? Marcus, can you read that?
It says hard C at the beginning of a word or syllable is usually spelled before A, O, and U.
Yeah, so this one's talking about a hard C. At the beginning of a word or syllable, is usually spelled C before A, O, and U. And it gives examples, can, cob, and cut, right? So if you have a young learner, you can just use can, cob, and cut. And what we would do is we would say, I'm actually going to tear these in half because I want to use more papers. And I'm going to just make A, C, N and give that to him. And I'm going to make B, C, O and give that to him. And now I'm going to make a little bit of a harder one. Oh, look, I already have stuff written on the back of some of these. I'm going to make a little bit of a harder one for Naomi because she's almost 12. And I'm going to say, we're going to use a hard G word. So I'm going to tell you the hint that it starts with a G, and I'm going to put them in order. Let's see. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, A, D, E, G, N, R. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I'm going to pass those words out, and I'm asking the kids to decode them. Can you unscramble that word? Can you tell me? So just write down the actual word. All right. Naomi's is a little harder, but it starts with a G.
Finish.
Hard G. Hard G says G before all letters except E, I, or Y. Hard G. G says G before all letters except E, I, or Y. So, in order to make a syllable, you know you need a vowel. There's only 2 vowels in that word that I gave you, and it can't be E because I told you that it starts with a hard G. So, what's the other vowel in that list of words? I mean,
Why can't it be E?
Because G says G before all letters except E, I, or Y. So if I tell you that it starts with G, the hard G sound, then you know the next letter can't be E.
Or I, or Y.
Or I, or Y. So looking at that list, scrambled word letters, those letters, what would it have to be?
A.
It has to be A. So now that helps you figure it out. So we're going to let Naomi see if she can figure out her word because I gave her a hard one. Nicholas did figure out that ACN is can. And Marcus did figure out that BCO is cob. I don't appreciate you throwing that at me when I was reaching for it. What you need to do is place it in my hand. Can we try it again? Thank you. He figured out that BCO is cob. All right. So this is how we can play this game, and the kids can make up their own words and exchange those words. So let's do that. I'm going to give everybody a sheet of paper, and I want you to try to do 2 or 3, about 3 words. Did you figure it out, Naomi?
I think so.
What do you think it is?
Garden.
You got it. Garden.
Can you like write the words?
I spelled gander.
Because if I know what the word
Is that a word?
Because if I make up the word, then I'm going to know what it is.
Yeah, you make up the word, and then you're going to exchange it, and somebody else is going to decode it.
Yeah, we played this game before.
Oh, we have? Okay. I thought so. And if you need another piece of paper to like write the word down first and then use another one to actually mix it up, that helps me sometimes.
So I want to write 3 words?
Yeah, 3 words. Put the letters in alphabetical order to scramble them up.
Okay,
All
so
right.
then can I have a piece of paper?
I just gave you 2, but you can write all 3 words on one piece of paper and then write them out and scrambled on another piece of paper.
I need another.
Oh, unless you want to do separately, so you can give one to him and one to her and one to me. Sure. All right, so that's how we'll do that. We don't talk while mommy's talking. Remember, we respectfully we don't talk while somebody else is talking. All right, so you have a bonus piece of paper. So everybody has 3 pieces of paper. 1 word, another word, and then a bonus piece of paper in case you have to write it down correctly before you can actually mix up the letters. So we're going to take some time to do that.
Yes, I did it. Marcus.
All right. May I have the case to the pencils? Each of you can have 1 pencil.
Oh.
And the kids always want to make everything into a game. I pull out a new case of pencils, and now it's a game.
I gave you my pencil. Here you go.
All right, I got 1. Everybody's going to give me 1 and then give each other 1. So you should be doing 3 words. Okay? And then we're going to see if we can decode them together. All right, so while we're doing that, I'm going to read you the tips and hints that's at the bottom of this page because I think they're really good. It says, alphabetizing and spelling requires some ability to attend to details. Why do we talk so much about the importance of attending? So if you're not familiar with CC, we talk about attending, which means paying attention to something. Why are details so important that we focus our energies on training children to recognize, consider, and appreciate the details of life? We want them to develop situational awareness as they grow. We want to train them to be attuned to what is going on around them so that they don't miss what God is doing or what He is calling them to do. This sometimes requires us to be aware of what is missing as well as what is present. Consider the shepherd in Matthew 18. As the keeper of 100 sheep, he was so attuned to the details of his environment that he knew when 1 sheep was missing. he was immediately able to go out and find this lost sheep before it was eaten or injured and bring it back, rejoicing. How will you encourage your littles this week to see life's details? Remember to take time to stop, listen, observe, and celebrate. So that is the tips and tricks. The tips and hints. These tips and hints sections, there's one on every activity, and those are, of course, as you could hear, pointed to the parent or the teacher, the guardian or the teacher who is doing the activity with the students. So this is the phonics section. Tomorrow we will do something out of the arithmetic section. So there's a whole section on arithmetic, and this one's, see the fractions chart. And then the next day, I'll pick another section and we will work from there, okay? But today, we're gonna see if we can decode these words.
I don't know what that says, even if it wasn't backwards.
Don't be like that. All right. I think I know this one.
No, you're not reading it backwards?
Not backwards, alphabetical order.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So this is wood.
Let me see.
Okay, so I guess it is an
Oh,
alphabetical order.
you did it. You decoded it.
Yeah.
He's doing it right. Everybody did it right.
Yeah, but
write down the right
in
word.
alphabetical order.
Doom.
Backwards.
Mm. Everybody did it right. So let's just play the game. Let's write the right word.
I don't know how to spell something.
Oh, you can ask me. You want to come around here and ask me? Okay, I'm going to write it down and then you put it in alphabetical order. I think I guessed yours. I think I figured yours out. And I don't know about this one.
Here you go, Nico.
Ouch.
Sorry. I haven't gotten them yet.
You haven't gotten any from anybody yet? Oh, Nico's doing yours right now. Here, before you try to think of hers, before you try to fix hers, I want you to write down that one. Here, there's no D in that word.
That's not a D.
Sorry. I thought I had written it and that it was like a leftover page from something else. Sorry. All right, let me see if I can undo this one. This looks weird.
M&M?
Naomi needs a word from somebody. Did anybody do one from her? Okay.
I'm back to her word.
Ooh, I'm gonna give you a hard one. No, that's okay. That one, you wouldn't get that one. How about all right, you have one and I have one. And if you guys have any questions, oh, you know what? I haven't been watching the chat. See, not good at this.
Finish.
I haven't been watching
Here
the
you go.
chat.
Naomi, here. I did a sentence. Was I not supposed to do a sentence?
No, just do a word.
Oh, I did a sentence. Can I still give it to Naomi?
She can pick one.
Is that a D?
That's an A. That's what she that's what I erased it.
Is it an A? Okay, it's an A. Here. I don't know this word, Naomi. You got me.
Is that 3? Is that 3 words?
Wait, can I copy it? Because I'm giving that to everybody.
I don't know this word. Can you tell me the first letter?
Me?
J.
Oh.
J.
Aim?
Did I get it? Is it chair?
Yeah. I kind of hurt you. What? Why do I have to do all three?
Is it this?
I didn't know it. I'm not doing all three.
It only has one L in it.
I'm not doing all three of these.
J. Yeah. It's only supposed to have one L.
No, you're only supposed to do one word. Mom said it was okay if I did.
Is that what's there? Oh, that's a name. That's somebody's name.
Well, I wrote a name then.
Okay. Well, so when it's somebody's name, then it can be spelled differently. So then you didn't misspell it, but it's not. That's not how you normally spell it. But that's good to know, right? Because that helps you see that. Like sometimes when you see signs and stuff, you see there's a business somewhere that has like it's some name, and it bothers me because it's actually misspelled. They misspell it on purpose, but it's actually a misspelling, and I feel like it's teaching kids to spell that word wrong, but I can't remember what it is. But this one is a name, but if you wanted to just spell the actual word, then you would take that last L off, and that's actually the word.
I want to say.
I don't know how to spell giraffe, but is that?
You don't know how to spell giraffe. All right, so now learn. There's a good chance for you to learn. I'll tell you the second letter is I. No.
B-I-R-A-F?
All right. I'm going to try to get Marcus's and is this, can you rewrite it without whatever the scribble is so I know exactly what the letters are?
Mm-hmm. Nico refuses to do mine, so where did you throw it?
Yeah, that's a little bit too hard for him. I'll give you some, Nico.
I'll do it.
How
I
about...
have to copy it first.
I have to copy it
I
first.
can do this one.
He has to copy it.
I
Give
can
it,
do that
son, he's
one.
copying one for me.
Oh.
Relax.
You can do
Listen, the whole world is watching y'all argue.
I thought this one was yours.
It was, but I asked him to rewrite it because it has some scribbles on it, and I want to make sure I know what each letter is. Here, I gave you another one. I need you to write neater than this, son. Is that a P?
This one's cut.
And then
A-I-L-N-T. Is this yours?
No.
The lollipop. Could you give me the first one? The lollipop gibberish. The lollipop gibberish. The lollipop gibberish. Oh, it's something.
I don't know it. See, he stumped me. Anybody else want to try it? I don't know the last word.
Castle. Oh,
Let me know.
You sounded it right.
All right. So this is the first game. We usually just play it for about 10 minutes. I shouldn't say usually. We've only played it maybe once or twice before. But usually the game is just really something that you can play for a few minutes just to get everybody kind of in. And then we may talk about one of the rules on the chart. And that's it. So one of the rules, and I know we can talk about, is the hard C, because I gave him cut and I gave him cob, and then I gave some more hard C words. And then another rule that we can talk about is the hard and soft G, because I gave my Naomi garden. Garden. You guys remember that?
I got the first two words of Marcus's.
Okay. I'm gonna let you guys keep working on it as soon as I finish talking, but I don't want to make them wait the whole time, right? So, and then we have the soft G. I gave you giraffe. Marcus. I gave you giraffe, like giraffe, right? So we would talk about the soft G rule if that's one of the words that we gave. And then we could just go through that, and that would be the end of that lesson. And we can do this. This is just phonics. So we can do this. Pick whenever you want to do a phonics game. There's a bunch of them in here, and that can be your phonics activity for the day, and you're good. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Let me just tell you a couple things. We're going to do this 3 days in a row. The challenge for you is to either do this game, or if you're like, yeah, that won't work for my kids, pick another game to do for if you have the guide, like pick another game, take a picture of either your kids doing it or one of your cards and post it in the comments, and you will be entered for a drawing. I am giving away Classical Education Made Approachable. It's a book that I think is a fabulous book, and I'm going to be giving it away at the end of the week. So participate in the drawing and post a picture of whatever you do, whether it's like sitting here at the table, or maybe you take a picture of one of your cards that one of your kids descrambled or anything like that, and you will have an entry into our drawing at the end of the week. All right. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you had a good time. Maybe do it with your kids. Maybe tomorrow we'll have some more folks on who can do it with me.
The pencil writes. I forgot the S. I'm sorry.
The pencil. That's a G.
Yeah.
I-G-H-T.
Right.
Is that not how it's spelled?
No. See, now I know I got to work on some spelling words with them. So this is a great activity to do over and over and over again. It'll help them with spelling. It'll help them with alphabetizing, and it will help them just have fun with each other decoding words. So I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Happy Wednesday. I'll see you again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and hopefully a few more families will join in with me. All right. Y'all have a great day. Bye. Everybody say bye.
Bye.